So Pournami, can you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, sir. I am Pournami. My native place is Kerala and my schooling was in Telangana. I'm a chartered accountant and I've done my CA articleship in GST from Grand Thornton, Kochi. And I got some prizes for public speaking. And I also got an opportunity to serve as school captain at Atomic Energy Center School. So my interests are cooking and traveling, and I aspire to join the Indian Cost Accounting Service.
Okay. So what have you been doing after the CA?
So after my CA final results, I started preparing for civil service exam. Then I came to know about the Indian Cost Account Service and its various aspects. So basically, costing is one of my favorite subjects. And I feel that in this field, I can use the specific knowledge of my domain. So this has inspired me towards this service.
Okay. So you have worked in articleship in the GST profile.
Yes, sir.
And which the articles have been inserted by the GST related constitutional amendment?
So Article 246A was introduced for the levy of GST to give the power to state and center for levying the GST. And Article 279A was introduced for the GST Council related provisions. And so I'm not sure of the third article, so I feel it is Article 265 or so, sir, regarding the interstate.
269 capital A.
Yeah, sorry, sir. 269 capital A regarding the interstate.
Okay. So under the Article 279 capital A, we have GST Council. Can you tell the composition of GST Council?
So basically, GST Council has the Finance Minister as the chairperson, along with the center's representatives, that is the Union Minister of Revenue and also the Revenue or Finance Ministers of the state. So it constitutes of both center and the state.
And how much is the weightage of center and state?
So the weightage of center is 1/3 and of state is 2/3.
And how much is the quorum required for GST Council meeting?
The quorum, as so
Okay.
I'm unable to recollect the same, sir.
Okay. And for decision making, how much voting is required? I mean, do they need majority or do they need less than majority?
So they require 3/4 of the voting, sir. 75%.
Okay. Can you recollect some recent major decisions taken by GST Council?
Yes, sir. In the recent GST Council, there were some things related to like the HSN. The third phase of HSN is being implemented. Like it is 4 digits of HSN needs to be disclosed in case of having turnover of 5 crores or less than 5 crores, and if it is more than 5 crores turnover, then they have to disclose 6 digits HSN in their GST Avan. So that is being implemented from this from this January tax period onwards. And also with respect to GSTR 3B, normally the figures are auto-populated from GSTR 1, the outward supplies. So earlier it was said that from February tax period onwards, there would be restriction to make changes to those auto-populated figures. But now that has been postponed due to requests from the industry. And also, sir.
Okay. Fine, understood. You have done your articleship in GST. So during your articleship, what was the role that you have done? I mean, what all works have you done in your work experience?
During my articleship, mainly I had done works related to GST audit, GST 9 and 9C, and also the monthly compliance like GSTR 1, 3B. And there was also transition from one GST software to another GST software. We helped implementing the same and some HSN implementation works as well.
Okay. What are the challenges which clients face, I mean, the taxpayers face regarding GST as of now?
Yes, sir. So one thing is regarding the portal issues. At times now, I think I'm not aware of the present situation, but earlier there used to be a lot of downtime in the portal while filing the same because a last minute rush used to come. And also, the main problem is regarding matching the ITC. Presently, it is with GSTR 2B. So, matching of ITC is really a problematic issue since at times any of the field, if they don't match, it leads to some problems and also notices. So, these are some of the major issues I feel, sir.
Okay. Have you heard of GSTN?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So GSTN, who is the owner of GSTN?
So, I'm not sure about the same, sir.
Any three changes you will suggest to make GST to improve the GST as of now?
Yes, sir. Some things is like presently as it is discussed in the industry with respect to merging of some of the tax rates because there are many tax slabs at present in GST so that it becomes easy for the suppliers as well as the consumers. And so with respect to the technology part like filing and all, feel that nowadays there are improvements. Like as I said, there is auto population of the figures and all, wherein we can maintain a check with what is there. So such kind of things are really good, sir. Like even in the case of income tax nowadays, we have auto populated figures. So more in that direction would be helpful, sir.
Recently, some political parties, the major opposition party of the center, they proposed GST 2.0.
Hmm.
Are you aware about it? What is GST 2.0 they have proposed?
So I just went through the term GST 2.0, sir, but I didn't dig in like what it is, sir.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
sir.
Please go
I'll
through.
read upon the same.
Hmm. How much is the ratio of direct taxes and indirect taxes in India?
So I'm not sorry, sir. I'm not aware of the exact ratio, but at present, the recent budget it is 39% in the case of direct tax, and as far as I can recall, it is 27% revenue for the indirect tax. Sir.
How
GST
much is the
particularly is 18%. Sir.
18% of?
18% of the total revenue.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
total revenue
Yes,
receipts. Yes.
total revenue.
Huh. Okay, and how much is the tax to GDP ratio as of now?
I'm not sure about the same,
Okay,
sir.
this is
I'm unable to
11.9.
recollect.
Okay, this is 11.9%,
Yes.
and next year we are targeting 12%.
Mm.
Okay, what are the various frauds related to income tax? This input tax credit in the GST.
Yes, sir. With respect to input tax credit, the major issue burning is like there are fake invoices being generated and ITCs being availed on the same. And also some companies which are not actually working are being raised so that they can just avail the ITC and many frauds are occurring regarding the same, sir. These are some things I wanted to let you know, sir.
Okay. Are you aware about the different kinds of import duties which are levied? For example, anti-dumping duty, countervailing duty, and safeguard duty.
Yes.
Can you please explain the countervailing duty and anti-dumping?
So countervailing duty is usually levied in the case when the goods there are subsidies being provided to the company from where they're exporting, the country in which from where they're exporting, making our domestic industry less competitive. So in such cases, we levy countervailing duty. And in the case of anti-dumping duty, usually the exporter company is selling the goods, they're dumping the goods in a country at less than the cost of production in their country. So thus harming our domestic industry. So that is anti-dumping duty. So there are several.
Okay. So you also mentioned that you have keen interest in costing profile. Uh, can you give the cost classification as per the relevance of costing? I mean, we have relevant cost, irrelevant costs. Can you give
Yes,
some
sir.
examples of irrelevant costs?
So irrelevant costs are mostly like if there are some historical costs, the sunk costs which are already being incurred. So that is not relevant for our upcoming decision. And if in case there are some fixed costs which wouldn't change with our decision, then those come under irrelevant costs, sir.
Okay. And what is opportunity cost? And is opportunity cost a relevant cost or not?
Sorry, sir, if I could clarify, like, is it apportioned cost or I
Opportunity,
couldn't,
opportunity cost. Opportunity cost.
sorry,
Opportunity
sir.
cost double PU. Opportunity
Yes,
cost.
sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to.
Opportunity cost or double POR.
Opportunity cost.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir, the opportunity cost is a relevant cost, sir, because that would be relevant for our decision making.
Okay. What is the difference between product cost and period cost?
Yes, sir. The product cost is the cost which is incurred for making the product. So it may be the direct materials incurred on it or the conversion cost and all. Whereas period cost is like fixed cost, which actually they facilitate in the production, but they remain fixed for the period. Whereas product costs vary with the product amount, product number of products.
And how the product costs, like which product costs are part of market cost when we the product costing as per market costing as compared to the absorption costing?
Yes, sir. In product cost, in the case of marginal costing, we'd be adding the material cost, which is variable, and the labor cost, and also the direct expenses, which are actually variable, and also, sir, the mm, variable production overheads are also added in the case of marginal costing. Whereas in the case of absorption costing, we also add the fixed production overheads in the case of absorption costing. So even that is absorbed by the products or our inventory.
Okay. Uh, how do we treat the byproducts in the process costing?
Yes, sir. So the byproducts, either if it is a very significant value, then give a we give a treatment like joint product, like it is separately shown. But if it is not that significant, then the revenue from byproduct is reduced from the cost of the main product. So
Okay. What is costing profit and loss account, and which items are included in costing profit and loss account?
So, in the costing profit and loss account, first of all, the costs which have already been incurred, the cost will be brought in, and also the expenses, and from there we deduct the profit or loss value. And in the case of costing P&L, mainly the abnormal cost and all are charged to our costing P&L, and even the abnormal idle time, and also, sir, like the interest and financing charges and all. As far as I can recollect, interest and financing charges comes to costing P&L.
Okay. Whether interest and finance charges are taken into cost sheet or not?
So as far as I can remember, they are not taken to the cost sheet, sir.
They are not taken into cost sheet.
No, sir, it's not directly taken as far as I can recollect.
Oh, okay, okay. How many cost accounting standards we have in India?
But presently, there are 24 cost accounting standards.
Okay. Can you tell me about costing accounting standard number 6?
Yes, so the cost accounting standard 6 deals with the material cost, like what all cost needs to be recognized and how it needs to be classified and disclosed. Sir.
Okay. What is the difference between step costs and semi-variable costs?
As per in my limited knowledge, I feel that step costs are the costs which actually, after a certain slab level, they suddenly raise. Like it is not a proportionate raise, instead, it suddenly varies in the case of step costs. Whereas in semi variable costs, some portion is fixed, after which there will be a variable rate. So but the variable rate varies proportionately with the increase in the units. I
Okay.
feel
Can
this
you
is
can you give the examples? Yeah, you are conceptually right. Can you give few examples? I mean, one example of semi-variable cost and one example of step cost.
Hmm. Sorry, sir, I'm unable to correctly judge your
Okay.
question, sir.
Okay. Okay. So basically, the example of semi-variable cost can be, for example, electricity bill.
Hmm.
Like it is fixed for a certain number of units, and after that, we charge fixed amount. I mean, per unit electricity bill, right? So, for example, till 100 units, we have certain amount, which is minimum amount we have to pay, and after that, for every unit, we will get additional charge. That is example of semi-variable cost. And the example of step cost can be supervisor's salary. Suppose for a certain number of students, we have one supervisor. Now, if suppose uh, like one supervisor can handle 30 people, right? Now, suppose we have 31 people, then we have to hire one more supervisor
Hmm.
from 31 to 60. So from 31 to 60, we need two supervisor. Now, after 60 again, if we have one more person to be supervised, then we need one more supervisor. So after, on slab basis, it will increase, not on per unit basis. Your concept is clear, but just supplementing with the example, right?
Yes.
Are you aware about the concept of cost absorption, cost apportionment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you aware about what is cost center, cost unit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have already been preparing for the civil services, and that's one of the very prestigious job. Why are you now planning to join this service?
So, mainly, as I said earlier, costing is one of my favorite subjects. So, I feel that the works like um, this cost advisory, then cost control, pricing and all will be interesting. Further, sir, I feel that in this service, we can use the specific knowledge of our field. And also, sir, I feel that I will be able to perform well in the service and there will be job satisfaction as well, sir. So these are some of the reasons, sir.
Okay. How is the artificial intelligence going to impact accounting profession?
Yes, sir. With regard to AI in accounting profession, I feel that there is a scope wherein many tasks would be taken over by the AI, but as our IC president has recently pointed out, like probably AI wouldn't replace completely the accounting profession, but AI can replace a person who doesn't have the knowledge of AI. So it is more upon us to leverage the use of AI, and this will also help us to invest your time in more value addition cases or decision making and also.
Okay. How do we treat abnormal gains in the process accounting?
So in the process accounting, the abnormal gains are transferred to our costing P&L, sir.
Okay. Any other treatment? I mean, is there anything else? And how do we value these abnormal gains? What is the method of valuation?
Yes, sir. For that, first of all, we take in the cost which is the total cost incurred for all the units minus our, sorry, sir, just a minute. Yes, sir. The total cost incurred for all the units divided by the total number of units minus the normal lost units. So this is the actual this multiplied into the number of gain units whichever are there. Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. Just a minute. Yeah. So the total cost divided by total cost minus any scrap value of the lost units divided by the total units minus normal loss units into the number of units which is there as abnormal gain would be the cost of the abnormal gain related products, and from this so this would be uh, brought in as an income in our costing P&L, and also any other gains which are there on the same side, like the scrap
Okay.
value
Do
of
we
the.
Okay, yeah. Do we make any adjustment here regarding the loss of scrap value of normal loss units?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
and the total
right. So we need to reduce that from the
from the total
value of
cost.
gains, from the value of abnormal gains. Did you get the point? Suppose we
Yes, sir.
have 1,000 rupees of abnormal gains, right?
Yes, sir.
So from there, if we have some loss of scrap value, which we could not realize because of abnormal gain units, we will adjust that. Suppose that is 50 rupees. So
Yes, sir. That
1,000
is
rupees minus 50 rupees, we will send 950 rupees to posting profit and loss account. We will not
yes, sir.
send the entire amount of 1,000 rupees. Okay.
Yes, sir. It's done.
Okay. Mm, in labor variances, how do we calculate idle time variance?
So the idle time variance is taken by the mm, idle time which is the idle time which has occurred into the rate of the normal labor rate. So
Do we take actual rate or the standard rate?
standard rate is taken.
Okay. In the calculation of fixed overhead variances, what is calendar variance and what is capacity variance?
So the calendar variance is due to the difference in the number of days we have expected to work and the number of days we have actually worked in the year. And capacity variance, I'm unable to exactly recollect the things. So I will surely read upon the same.
Okay. Okay. Uh, we do divisible performance measurement through various methods. There are some traditional methods, there are some modern methods, right? So traditional methods, we have residual income method, right? In the modern methods, we have EVA method, we have balance scorecard method, right? So can you explain EVA method and balance scorecard method?
So the EVA method is wherein the economic value added to our capital that is invested. Sir. In the case of balance scorecard, we have an approach wherein we judge the performance from various perspectives, like from the customer perspective, internal, outside, and also from the employee's perspective, and also. So there are some KPIs and all allocated for the same, and also environmental perspective and everything is.
In balance scorecard, how many we have? How many parameters we have?
So as far as I remember, I'm not sure, sir. I think it's 4 dimensions, sir.
Okay. What are the 4 dimensions?
So one is the customer perspective. Another is internal perspective, like for decision making and all. The third is from the employee's perspective. And fourth, I'm not very sure so if it is environmental aspect
It
or
is
not.
innovation and learning. Innovation and learning.
Sorry, sir, innovation.
Financial, innovation, customer, and employee. Okay. What should be the approach of India to respond to the current tariff policy of USC?
Yes, as presently what India is doing is like probably I also feel that it is a right approach. So like first we are trying to enter into bilateral agreements with US because we have a significant exports to US. So that indeed has an effect on our market. So we're trying to negotiate the same and bring down the tariffs and also by providing some other reliefs from our side as well. But if it goes beyond the limit, like if we are unable to get into agreements, probably we will also have to impose tariffs, retaliate the same, sir. Because if there is no other option, sir, we may have to impose reciprocal tariffs for the same.
Okay. So recently there was news about EU India FTA. The talks are going on. Are you aware about the major areas where the parties are discussing? Both the parties are discussing, which are the major areas of discussion?
I'm not aware of the exact major areas, sir.
Okay. So these areas I am telling you, these are like from the EU perspective. These areas are automobile industry, wines. Okay, because they are exporting wines and automobiles to India. So they want India to reduce the duty on these from very high duty of say 100% and 50% to 50%, 25%. From Indian perspective, we want liberal intellectual property related rules, and also the liberal rules on movement of professionals from India to their country. So these are major pointers. There are others also. So discussions are going on about these things, right? Okay. What are the major changes introduced to the recent budget regarding GST?
Yes, sir. So basically, with regard to the credit invoices, now it is said that we can only reduce the amount of it if the ITC has been reversed uh, by our consumer, in the sense by our by the person who has received the supply, and otherwise the ITC shouldn't have been passed on to the customer. So only if the ITC is reversed, then only we can reduce the amount with respect to the credit note. And also the with regard to now a specific thing like unique identification marking is going to be imposed, wherein some goods which are more prone to tax evasion are brought in under the lens. And so also with respect to input service distribution, now specifically they have said that they can avail the ITC on interstate reverse tax supplies as well, sir. And there are some more, sir. I'm able to recollect now.
Okay. Are you aware about central bank digital currency?
Yes, sir.
Um, so, do a person receive interest from the balance of CBDC in his account?
No, sir. As far as I know, it is just like our normal currency which is there, sir. It is just in the digital form.
Then what is the benefit of this? I mean, we already have UPI, we already have net banking, so we can do transfers. We have bank balance. So, what is the purpose of launching this rupee?
As far as I know, in the case of UK transactions and all, we require a bank account to link us in. Whereas in the case of CBDC, it was mentioned that only the CBDs, the coins will be linked to our phone number. So we don't require a bank account for the same. So maybe it can promote more of financial inclusion in the case of digital. Uh,
Are you sure? Are you
digital.
sure that we don't need banks? Are you saying that we don't need banks for digital rupee?
As far as I remember, there was a discussion regarding the same, sir. Like
Okay, okay,
it
okay,
would be
okay,
a
fine.
loss of revenue for them.
Okay, got it. So let me tell you, we need banks. This will be always distributed through banks. We need banks. I mean, banks will be intermediary, definitely. It's not like it will not be part of bank balance. Definitely, it will be we will have a separate wallet, but banks will have the role.
Mhm.
Banks will have the role. Now, what are the benefits of digital rupee as comparison to physical rupee? First is that RBI is not required to print this, so we will save paper. Okay? Secondly, this digital rupee is programmable. That means we can fix a program, we can insert a condition in the rupee that this money can be spent only for particular purpose. For example, if government of India is sending this money to a woman's account and they want it to be spent on, say, food only, for example, so it can be spent only for the food purposes. It cannot be spent for any other purpose. Okay, so we can do the programming of the digital rupee. And third is safety because it cannot be stolen by someone. It is based on blockchain. So as compared to physical cash, this is digital. And next is traceability. We can trace the entire movement of the digital rupee. Suppose down 20 years down the lane, suppose you have 20 lakh rupees in your account, in your bank account, even if it is digital rupee, right? Even if it is in your bank account. So we can trace the entire movement. I mean, from the time it start, this digital rupee was circulated by the RBI in the system 20 years back. I mean, suppose we launch it today. So from today till say next 20 years, where all this money has gone from which account to which account, right? So it will help us trace money laundering. It will help us trace, the various scams, various nexus, various syndicates. If the money is found with some syndicate, right?
Mhm.
So that way it is going to help investigation. It is going to help money laundering. It is going to help in tracing black money. All these things. Okay, so these things you should know. And how it is better than cryptocurrency?
So, since in the case of digital CBDC, it is issued by our RBI and it is backed by the RBI. So, it is legally approved and it is just like the legal tender money, whereas
Very good.
cryptocurrency is controlled by other private entities
Yes,
or
yes.
at times
So it has
decentralized.
legal backing. It has legal backing also, and that is the reason why it has a stable value also. Means it
Yes,
has the
value does.
value just like the physical currency, just like the government guaranteed currency. Unlike cryptocurrency, where the value is fluctuating very much. Okay, Purnima. So I think you have prepared very well. I'm really happy that as compared to the first interaction we had a few weeks ago, you have done very well. Everything is fine on your part. Uh, I think very good. I'm very satisfied with your interview. And yeah, you need to prepare, keep preparing for those areas where you found uncomfortable. Like you can prepare a few more areas of posting, a few more areas of GST. You know? So basically, because your profile you have not worked after your CA, so the questions from GST, costing, questions from costing, and questions from current affairs. So these three areas I think will be more important for you. Definitely, they can ask any other area also. So you should keep preparing all the areas which we are discussing with others in the interviews. Keep preparing all these areas, but GST and costing and current affairs. These three things are more important for your profile. They should ask. They may ask more questions from these areas. Okay. Anything from your side? Anything you want to ask?
So, like, how was my way of presentation of answers? So, very
Yeah, it
long
was
or
perfect.
precise?
No, it was perfect. It was fine. You are to the point. You are sticking to the point. You are crisp. Everything is fine. No problem.
So, with regard to the content, how did you feel? So, like, if there was proper content or there's a more scope of
Yeah.
improvement?
See, basically, there is always a scope of improvement.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so you have done basic research, as I can understand that when I'm asking some question, you are not being completely blank. I think that is enough because in limited time we can present the content in a very simple manner and definitely if they ask some more question you are not aware you have to say no sir no so we cannot never be sure that we will be able to answer all the questions there will always be questions which we will never be able to answer so we have to
Mhm.
know that we have these areas and we need to answer for this but overall it is fine overall you are almost prepared but definitely keep working on the information collection
Mhm.
presentation wise you are perfect no problem okay
Thank you so much.